Hi there, welcome to RS DesignSpark's Ask the Expert, where today we're going to be talking about condition monitoring with SKF, and I have James Robinson from SKF. Hi James, would you like to say hello to DesignSpark?
Hello, DesignSpark. As Greg said, my name is James Robinson and I work within the SKF service team, assisting customers and end users with all their condition monitoring requirements.
Fantastic. So James, we're talking about condition monitoring, and specifically we're going to be talking about the ProCollect product that you guys have.
Yep.
But let's just start, at the beginning. So in any industrial setting, machine performance and operational availability is really paramount. And obviously unplanned maintenance down to breakdowns or any issues can add costs. So from those knock-on effects where you have an unintended breakdown, what are the measures that could be taken to minimize that downtime, for example?
Okay. Well, to minimize unplanned downtime, a combination of proactive strategies, technological solutions, and operational discipline are essential. And these can include vibration temperature monitoring, oil analysis, regular visual checks of the machines, and all these in combination contribute towards minimizing unplanned downtime.
Yeah, absolutely. And James, obviously everybody knows the brand as being a manufacturer of bearings, and your products really are the products that are keeping industry moving.
Yeah.
So I guess when it comes to maintenance, SKF could recommend plenty of tips and insights for keeping facilities operational. But rather than me just stating, the obvious to a bearing manufacturer like lubrication as part of a preventive maintenance strategy, I know that SKF are better placed than most to develop condition monitoring approach using data and statistical analysis. Can you talk about your approach to the condition monitoring and where you think data plays that big part, and also the services that you can provide?
Yeah. Well, as you said, Greg, SKF is predominantly well known as a global bearing manufacturer, but we do have an approach to condition monitoring, which I believe is a standout example of how data-driven strategies and advanced analytics can transform industrial reliability and performance. Rather than simply selling a bearing, SKF positions itself as a rotation performance partner, offering integrated solutions that combine hardware, software, and services that keep the industry moving.
James, condition monitoring is really all about the uptime, the performance, and the efficiency. So however much data is collected, some of that might not actually be relevant. So cutting through the data to get to the pure performance and operational data for machines, that can take time, but also relies on ensuring that the sensors are positioned correctly and when you're measuring the right attributes. So is this where SKS can add the value? And if we're looking at solutions, what are we talking about? Wired solutions or wireless solutions? So I'm really interested to hear more about the ProCollect sensor that you guys are offering.
Yeah, so when SKF are involved, obviously if you're involved from a bearing perspective, we like to offer the additional services to help prolong the life of that bearing. Those services can include condition monitoring, and we do offer wired, wireless, and handheld devices. And the determination of how those are used and applied is criticality of the machine, criticality to the plant, and how that contributes, whether it's downtime or cost of repair. The SKF ProCollect sensor is a very powerful portable wireless solution that is designed to make condition monitoring accessible, fast, and effective, especially for maintenance teams conducting walk-around inspections. It's a really good addition to a toolbox. It combining ease of use with advanced diagnostic capabilities.
Yeah.
Some of the key features are that that make it stand out is it's Bluetooth, and it connects to iOS and Android devices. It measures vibration, as in the velocity, envelope acceleration, and temperature. It's got a rechargeable battery. It's IP65 rated, and it's just very easy to use. You don't need any previous vibration analysis experience to use it and to understand what it's telling you.
Yeah. So you mentioned their vibration and temperature. Essentially, they're the most fundamental measures that you need to make for machine health. Early prevention, rather than curing after something has happened, is really something that you want to look at. And with this ProCollect sensor being portable,
Mhm.
I guess that allows you to do site surveys on critical infrastructure in a single visit, for example.
Yes, and the ProCollect is designed to enable rapid site surveys to respond quickly to issues that have arisen from a vibration or a temperature issue that you may be experiencing. And the app is very intuitive, and the integration is very easy. It enables the user to quickly access machine health across multiple assets, capture vibration and temperature data, which are, as you said, the two most fundamental indicators of mechanical condition. You can tag and log assets using a QR code, so for when it was, so you can see when the reading was taken.
Yeah.
And make informed decisions on the spot. And if required, you can escalate it to SKF's remote diagnostic team for further assistance.
Yeah. Now that sounds really important, because obviously what we were talking about previously with the amount of data that you can actually attain through condition monitoring, but specifically in the areas which that data is going to actually mean something. That's probably one of the things that I think this ProCollect sensor can do, in the fact of being portable. It's not just one position that you measure. You can measure around the whole lot of different positions and get that real kind of performance data. Interesting to hear what you were saying about in terms of being able to use the condition monitoring sensing activity, because a lot of people will think, well, does that require a lot of time and investment into putting condition monitoring onto the machines themselves? But obviously, with this being portable, you can take it from site to site to site, but also have that point of data backed up into your data points that you're saving with SKF, through the ability to then transmit that data, via your smartphone, for example.
Yeah. So once the data is collected, you can take up to 5 readings, and then those readings can be then emailed to a colleague for further inspection, or for a second opinion, or whatever it may be, and then you can store that data. So you can see the historical data as you take more and more readings. It's adaptable. It easily connects via Bluetooth. So if one person could be using it on one section of the plant, and then in an hour later it could be on another, with another user on their phone or their iPad collecting data on another part of the site.
Yeah. The other interesting thing that you mentioned, and it never really came to mind, because when I think about condition monitoring, I do think about sort of like how the condition monitoring is happening over time, and you can see indication of maybe performance deterioration, or you can, you sense the vibration or a temperature rise. Actually, this does the best of both worlds, because it can give you that early indication, but also if something, something major is actually occurring, you get that instantaneous readout that action needs to be taken now. So I never really gave that much of appreciation as being one of the kind of benefits of this. But I just want to ask you, in terms of early indication of potential issues, how does that actually benefit the user, for example?
Yeah. Well, early indications of issues in machinery can make a significant and strategic to operational benefits. Basically, if early indication can be made, then it helps with uptime, performance, and efficiency of critical machines. And we live in a world where efficiency and availability is key.
Yeah.
And reducing downtime, early indication, it allows you to catch problems before failure. And if you catch a problem before failure, it normally contributes to lower maintenance costs and avoid the very high cost of emergency repairs, and it can make a big difference.
Yeah, and I think it's that overall cost analysis that you need to look at with those emergency repairs. So I always think if you're a distributor and your main conveyor feed going out to put the products on the lorries, for example, for distribution, if your motor goes down, it's not just the cost of replacing a motor, it's the cost of all those orders which are still sat on the conveyor system, which are going nowhere. So I think, in terms of this product as well, being so portable, like you said, you can take it from place to place to place. You can actually then, get those readings very, very quickly and take corrective action well in advance. In terms of the reduction of maintenance costs, I think obviously what you're talking about is the ability that you potentially plan for the thing that you don't want to happen, but being able to know in advance that potentially this is going to happen at a certain point, and then you can then look to get a works ticket out in a time or an area where there's less stress on the system. So in terms of the practicality of use and connecting to plant assets and how that data is then utilized through the SKF, can you just give me a little bit more information on that?
Yeah, so the ProCollect sensor presents data in a very intuitive and accessible way. As I mentioned previously, it's easily understandable with a traffic light system. Okay, so the sensor easily connects via Bluetooth to iOS or Android, tablet, mobile phone, however, and it displays the data through the SKF Quick Collect app. Free to download, free to use. The app will provide real-time feedback and allow for historical data tracking as well, so it makes it easy to interpret the machine health over a period of time. And the things that the app will show you, the key features that the app will show you, is the overall values. So you get your vibration velocity, envelope acceleration, temperature. And the alarm status are based on a traffic light system. So green equals normal, amber is alert, and red is danger. And within that, you have minimum and maximum values. And the alert and danger thresholds are based on ISO standards using or user-defined settings. So if you were to take a quick reading, it's based on ISO standards. If you populate that with information about the machine, such as whether it's a motor or a gearbox or a pump, and then whether it's a fixed or rigid, or it's a small or medium size or large machine, the RPM that it runs at, then those values, alert and danger thresholds, become more bespoke to your machine. And it can be easily copy and paste. So if you've got, say 10 motor gearboxes in a row, and they're all the same and they all run at the same speed, then you can duplicate that easily within the app.
Yeah. So that sounds really straightforward, easy to use, versatile, but still collecting the essential data that you need. Yeah.
And that's how it's designed, to fill in that, quickly, quickly get the reading, get the information, and make an informed decision.
Yeah. So I've been talking to a few people around this product, obviously with this interview coming up, and there's a lot of interest in the product itself. And I just wonder if you have any kind of feedback that you've had from users of this product.
In terms of feedback, the product itself is, one of the most common themes that we get is how easy it is to use, how easy it is to set up and get up and running with it. Like I said previously, you don't need any sort of previous vibration experience. The app takes you through it. So as soon as you turn it on, it's got live reading, and it'll take a reading straight away. You just click collect data, and then that rate data will appear on your screen. Okay, if you need help understanding what that data is telling you, SKF can assist with that. But in terms of feedback, it is always how easy it is to use and how easy it is to implement into a strategy, a part of a walk around. Most end users will do daily checks or visual checks on their machines, and then they can implement it, taking a vibration reading as part of their daily checks.
Fantastic. James, it really is an interesting product. And I think anybody who's in the world of industrial maintenance has got a need for this product in terms of the investment with the product in the long run, in terms of cost savings that are going to come out. You only need to prevent one breakdown, and you've cured the ills, if you like, of the industrial world. So James, thanks for joining us today, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to come on to DesignSpark and talk to us about the ProCollect vibration sensor.
Thank you for having me, Greg, and everyone at BrightSpark. Thank you.